part of Rotary, and there have been stories of Rotary changing people's life positively. But the time has come for us to tell our personal stories. It is the responsibility of every Rotarian to consciously and intentionally be a brand ambassador of Rotary. So, like I said, let's start by telling our personal stories. By sometimes saying, just telling them your Rotary journey since you started Rotary, what you've experienced, how you've seen it as somebody being touched by just a simple kind of act of kindness. How you felt when you saw a child saying thank you for donating some clothes to them, or how you cried or almost shed tears when you saw children fetching water and the excitement on their faces. So please, let's share our stories. Let's share our personal stories, and then from there move on to the club and then the district stories. Our stories or we being brand ambassadors doesn't only starts with wearing our pins, but when we wear our pins all times at all the time, when people always see a particular pin on you and they are always wondering, this thing, always I see it on you. Who are they? What is it about? I've been asked this question sometimes because I'm always on my pin when I'm going to work. So your pin also tells a story. It opens the avenue for you to tell a story. Not only do people come to our club meetings to listen to our story. When the pins are new and then they ask you, it's an avenue to tell your story, to tell your at least your personal experience about Rotary. And it might be a starting point for somebody who would like to join and be a member. Secondly, have your own story read. At least your own story. An experience that Rotary gave you that you believe in and that is making you still to be a member. And then the impact and that you believe you've made on people. And then also ensure that we create as many opportunities as people for others to experience Rotary as we have also experienced Rotary. Let's create positive impact for people to also wish to join, not for people to break away from Rotary. Let's make our stories impactful and worth listening to, and make it worth that people would like to always come and then listen more of it, more of our stories. This is a quote from an RI director, Vekatash, who says, "Gather your thoughts, organize them, and speak from your heart." When you speak from your heart about great things that you have done in Rotary, about projects you have done, you inspire others to get involved. Let's not keep these great experiences a secret. Help share the word and tell your Rotary story. Let's all keep this in mind. Let's share our experiences so that our Rotary story goes wide. Thank you very much. And these are the resources that I take my phone. Thank you very much. I'm done, please.
Thank you very much, Arpik Kwesi. Thank you so much for helping us to understand better how to tell our Rotary story. And I love the emphasis on our personal story. Our personal story, we've told it at a club level, districts, all right, but what is our personal story? If you have any personal Rotary stories to share, please kindly feel free. We have just about 5 minutes or so for ideas exchange. Let us share some stories in the chat. If anybody wants to share briefly, just kindly raise your hand. But the quote for us, I think, is really summarizes all that you said, which is gather your thoughts, organize them, and then speak from the heart. When you speak from the heart about great things that you have done in Rotary, about projects you have done, you inspire others to want to get involved. Don't keep these great experiences a secret. Help spread the word and tell your Rotary story. Unquote, A.S. Vekankesh, RI Director, 2021-2023. This is a powerful quote. Let's take this as one of the lessons learned from today's Vibrant Club workshop. We're looking forward to hearing about many, many Rotary stories. We have 300 participants on the call, from Rotaractors, Rotarians, interactors, and guests. Let us hear your Rotary story. So we just have a brief moment, a couple of minutes. Do we have any questions? Do we have any comments so far? If not, you can put it in the chat. And once again, Arpik, thank you so much for this presentation. And then we promise that we will continue to learn, unlearn, and relearn to tell the Rotary story in the right way, giving the right information, the how, the when, the where, and as you said, the statistics, but making sure that the stories are our personal stories also. So on that note, I don't see any hands up. Also, just for you to know that we are being live streamed. So just for you to know, if you come on, make sure to know that you are being live streamed. And then we are asking that everybody also call a friend, call your buddy or your mentor or mentee to join this session, a powerful one, because we are moving into a very powerful one. So AG Andrews, District Learning Committee members, do we have any questions or comments so far? And for those who want to follow on YouTube, the link is in the YouTube, so you can touch there. Fantastic. I see DGN Frank. DGN Frank has raised his hand. So AG Andrews, can you help me with that? And we also have also RP. We have RP Lauratu, also from Rotary Club of Tamale. So AG Andrews, can you unmute DGN Frank? Thank you very much.
DGN Frank, okay. You were able to speak?
Yes.
Over.
Right, thank you. Good morning, PhD Ajo, and good morning, DG, DG, and DGND, Shika. And morning to all fellow Rotarians and Rotaractors. Okay, so just a bit of an addition to what Arpik presented. You know, we function in communities with different languages, and so sometimes we are focused on telling our stories using the English language media, which is good because it has a good reach and then all the benefit that comes with it. But we should also be mindful of the local people who have difficulty in understanding English. And so my experience has been that when you are telling your story through the media, you should have a mix of the media houses, those that will tell the story in English, even at the local level and on the national level, and then those that will tell the story in their local language, especially the radio stations, so that you don't just reach out to a wider audience beyond your immediate environment, but you also speak to the people that are within your community. So that is what I wanted to draw our attention to, that we must always have a mix of the media houses, local languages and English, and then we should also look at the reach of the media houses that we bring to our projects to help us tell the stories that we want to put out and affect our listeners. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DGN. That is a very, very insightful and very important point. And then let's take note of that. And then also with the Rotary clubs that we have, like Kumasi 44, is it 34 Garrison, and how they use also use both English and Tree, and then also we have our local radio stations, particularly the Peace FM and so on and so forth. So that's a very good point, well noted. And then we make sure that that also features in whatever we do, think or say. So now I'd like to move on to the last participant whose hands up. RP, please go ahead. And kind of make it big. And so
sure, thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and pardon my voice. And good morning, DG. Good morning, fellow Rotarians. That was quite an insightful presentation. But I also wanted to add that we need to also place a lot of emphasis on new media, social media, because even when you look at the district's social media pages, if you look at the number of clubs and the number of Rotarians within the district, and you look at the number of people who have even followed the page, there's a disparity. And I think that in telling our personal stories, that will be the first point of because it comes at no cost and it's cheaper compared to the traditional and print media. So what I wanted to add is if we start looking at the socials, especially those that are interlinked, like the Meta platforms, will be a starting point. And once we get that right, it also helps the traditional media to pick up, because these days they pick a lot of their stories from social media. And I also want to, well, I don't know if I'm asking or suggesting, but it will also help for us to have a database of journalists who are Rotarians, so that it's an easy route to use to go to media houses. And with respect to influencers and celebrities, great, it's fantastic to use them. Some are even not known, but in their localities, they are champions. But the challenge there is most of them charge to appear at events. What can we do as a district? What can we do if a club has a relationship with an influencer or a celebrity? How can we all collaborate to take, I don't know if advantage is there, right? But in the context of benefiting from this relationship that a club or the district has with this celebrity. Because one of the things I think that has really toned down our access to media is the collaborative nature of having access to influencers that other clubs have. So if we can make some of these people position as district influencers, I think also help. So they share our stories, they share our publications, and we can take it from there. I may be wrong, but I'm barely a year in Rotary. And one thing I've realized is we speak to ourselves more than speaking to people that we want to join the Rotary fold. And I think if we explore some of these avenues, we should be able to get people on board and also demystify ourselves from that special society or cult kind of stereotyping. So that's what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Thank you. That's also very insightful and very, very important. So I don't know if RP Kito, you have anything to add. But I think that is really key. And RP Kito, Tiny, if you have anything to say to that. I know that we do have some sort of information on the media houses or so that we're supposed to engage with and all that, but maybe we need to share that information wider. So RP Kito, before we wrap up on this session, if you have anything to add, but I'd like to read a comment in the chat box from our own PP Pinto, Rotary Club of Cape Coast Central. And he says, kudos, my brother Kito, for the insightful presentation. Let's apply the 7 C's of communication in telling our Rotary stories. Storytelling in professional and educational context is most effective when it follows the 7 C's of communication. Our stories must be clear, concise, concrete, correct, coherent, complete, and courteous. Applying these principles ensures that stories inform, inspire, and influence audiences in a meaningful way. Thank you very much, PP Pinto. And we hope that all of this will be taken into context as we continue to unite for good and create lasting impact. So, RP Kito, do you have anything else to add on? And maybe you can provide some responses to some of the submissions made in the chat. That will be most helpful. And also, we have past RPICs on the call. We have a lot of the public image directors and chairs also on the call. Please put your insights in the chat whilst we learn, unlearn, and relearn. So with us having a really, really robust and informative, insightful morning session, or the first part of the morning, do we have any other comments or questions before we move up? We move into the panel session. Arpik, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, PAG.
Do you have anything to say before we move in terms of?
Oh no, what was added by DGN and Lady LP are very good. Yes, there are things that we should consider. The local media. Sometimes they don't have a radio station that community, but they have a community center. They have this loudspeakers that they put there and then they do the announcement. So you can also use that as their communication. And then the social media, yes, now that's what is the issue. So we encourage people to use them more. People should be posting things there, their flyers, we should only be posting the entertainment side. Let's post before the start of the session, the videos were showing. You could see that the videos of Rotarians who are working, like carrying something, voluntary work. But it's like in our part of the country, we will assign somebody to go and do it, and then we will only go for the commission and then taking of the pictures. I wish once in a while. I remember I joined Accra East for when they went to do this hospital at Wager before Jennifer Jones came to come. Yeah, and then Rotarians were painting, we were scraping. I was part, and that is an experience I'll never forget, because when you're part of the activity, you enjoy it more than just going to commission and don't know how it came about. So from the video we saw earlier, I wish Rotarians in Ghana would do more of this, where we would we will go and then help in the project, like offer a hand. If we could carry some plywood, some blocks, and then share those pictures. So we could see that Rotarians do this. We don't only sit at a round table and then talk. No, we are also involved in doing it. We didn't just leave it for the community and then just come and commission it and let's say we are done. No. So another project that I would like to commend is the Spintex beach cleaning, where you see Rotarians on board cleaning the shoreline and gathering rubbish. These are the stories we have to keep telling. These are the stories we need, not only the commissioning. Let's be mindful of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. People of action. Remember the People of Action campaign. I know my RP alum does not spare us. We always make sure that all our pictures are action pictures. So let's also go back to that. Maybe we can have another session on the People of Action campaign. Maybe just to kind of remind us Rotarians, Rotaractors, Interactors. We have a lot of new people on the block, so it would be good to remind us on that about the People of Action campaign. Maybe when we get to after the panel session, we can talk about that. So on that note, do I see any other hands up? If not, I would want us to quickly move into our panel session. We're supposed to have a 5 minutes mind or mobility break, but my mind, after having my big mug of, you see my N Polo now mug. This was presented to me by the Rotary Club of Accra Airport. I've had my big mug of coffee. I think my mind is quite awake now. So I want us to move right into that, because you know today is a very packed day for many of us. And also before that, Rotarian Atudazi from the Rotary Club of Accra Speak Masters. He's saying, let us as Rotarians, and let's also put Rotaractors and Interactors, intentionally engage social media platforms for our own clubs and the district pages. It is disheartening to see a club could have more than 100 members but have less than 20 followers on a platform. The district Instagram page has less than 850 followers despite our numbers. So let's reshare all that. Let's get us all on board. And I think RP said the new media, I like that. Social media, new media, we are learning, unlearning, and relearning. On that note, thank you very much to Arpik, Kito, also to DGN Frank and RP Lara for your insights and submissions, and also to PP Pinto, Rotan Atu for also your insights. PN Ronnie, I see your hand up, but I would ask that you wait for us to move to the next session, and then we'll bring you on board, but you can type in the chat too. So, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, and guests, a shout out to all our Rotary, Rotaract, and Interact leaders on the call, and also to our past district governors, our past assistant governors, and so on and so forth. Our guests who are on the call, we would like now to move into the really main part of our Vibrant Club workshop today, or learning seminar, which is a panel discussion on, you heard our district governor talk about our Rotary Action Plan and how we have been operationalizing the Rotary Action Plan. This is the third in the series for this year. We've talked about membership, we've talked about foundation around the Rotary Action Plan in the 4 strategic priorities of that. So today, our panel discussion, which will be moderated by myself and Assistant Governor Andrew Sofosu-Hene. The topic is our Rotary Action Plan, Rotary Public Image for Membership Attraction and Service Projects. How can we use public image, or how have we used the public image through our membership attraction and service projects partnerships to increase our impact, to expand our reach, to enhance participants' engagement, and to increase our ability to adapt. So we went round, we sought, we went round, we sought, we looked around and said, how can we get this message shared with all Rotarians interactors? We have 300 on the call. So we picked 5 clubs, and these clubs are being represented by able Rotarians and Rotaractors. We have 3 Rotary clubs and 2 Rotaractors who are coming to tell us their story. So we have 5 panelists, and we're going to go first, listen to each of them about 3 to 5 minutes. Then after that, we have another round. So kindly share your questions or comments. So first on the panelists, we have past President Noche Amatefio, the Public Image Chair for the Rotary Club of Accra Spintex. He's panelist number 1. We have, and also just for you to know that Noche and I share the same birthday, November 26th, but not the same year. And the second panelist is my own brother, my own mentor mentee, my paddy, Charter President Richard Nanedu. He's the membership chair for the Rotary Club of Accra Jirigano, ably representing the Rotary Club of Accra Jirigano, and the Rotary Club President Joanne, who is currently on site doing some architectural stuff. She's using her classification, so he's representing them. Then our third panelist is past President Agambere from the Rotary Club of Wa, also a good friend and a brother. Then the fourth panelist, an amazing, vibrant young woman, Charter President Elizabeth Ahiagba from the Rotary Club of Community 25. She is also here to tell her story. And the fifth panelist, Rotaract President Raymond Inwiri of the Rotary Club of UBIDS. So I will now start off with our panelists for them to speak to us, to tell us about their story and how Rotary Public Image has helped them to increase their membership attraction or attract members and the service projects partnerships. I would like to start first with panelist 1, past President Noche Amatefio. So if the spotlight can be given to him, you have 3 minutes to tell us your story. And as I said, we're going to go a few rounds and then we wrap up with a call to action. So PP Noche, over to you. Let us hear the story of Accra Spintex, particularly the award-winning project. So over to you, my birthday mate. Thank you. PP Noche.
Okay, so I've been waiting to be unmuted, and thank you so much, fellow Rotarians and guests, for the opportunity to be able to tell my story. I'll be very, very brief with it. So I joined Rotary some 10 years ago. And unlike many, I already had a fair idea of what Rotary stood for. But what really shaped my Rotary journey was not Rotary in general. It was the Rotary Club of Accra Spintex and its members as at 2016. Accra Spintex exposed me to a version of Rotary that is innovative, intentional, and unafraid, as it were, to invest in doing things properly. Projects, people, and public image. Now, in increasing our impact, we had to come through with innovation by design. You see, Accra Spintex, it was never accidental. From the start, the mindset has been design the projects, don't just execute activities, apply professional skills. And indeed, we have a lot of professionals in our club. And that has made us build solutions that are scalable and measurable. This thinking has led to innovative projects such as the mechanized beach cleaning project, whereby we started from handpicking on the beach to introducing technology and partnerships into environmental action, thereby kind of scaling the project from the original idea. The solar-powered health vaccine infrastructure in Alokwacha, solving access and reliability to challenges, creating initiatives like the Art Expo, which a lot of people love. My children love the Art Expo, linking environment, youth, and livelihoods. These were not just charity projects. These were engineered interventions. But the key lesson here is Rotary creates lasting impact when we combine skills, innovation, and community ownership. Now, in Alokwacha, for example, I had a personal moment that permanently changed my understanding of Rotary. Standing at that remote health facility, watching vaccines stored safely because of solar power. Something so yet basic, but very critical to life. It struck me that Rotary was no longer abstract. That wasn't about donations or ceremony. It was about children reached, lives protected, and systems strengthening. At that moment, Rotary stopped being a club I belonged to. It became a responsibility I carried. We have expanded our reach in several ways by a deliberate investment in public image. And I speak on behalf of the Rotary Club of Accra Spintex. We invested in skills, PI skills, media skills, storytelling, digital communication, equipment, cameras, editing tools, branding assets, systems like documentation, archiving, visibility, etc. Why do we do that? Because the impact is invisible. The impact that is invisible cannot inspire membership, partners, or trust. And you need membership, partners, and trust to be able to scale your project, for your projects to go far, for your reach to go far. This focus helped our work travel beyond communities, to district and international audiences, corporate and NGO partners, international recognition and awards. Public image is not a self-promotion tactic. For me, or for the Rotary Club of Accra Spintex, it's accountability and attraction. And I think that we as a district should take this very, very seriously, being intentional about PR and investing in PR, because that is how our stories reach the magnitude. The other thing, enhancing engagement. We are people of power. As membership chair in the past and president, I learned this very clearly. People stay in Rotary when they feel useful and valued. Accra Spintex thrives because of highly dedicated Rotarians who take ownership beyond titles, apply real skills, and lead with consistency. We have engaged members by matching talent to purpose, not just assigning just assigning them to committees. And the key lesson here is strong clubs are built on engaged people, not just growing numbers. I mean, there's no club which doesn't have challenges. We have our challenges too. But I think that we are trying very hard. And I think that we'll only continue to try very hard. If we want to apply my story to, say, increasing our ability to adapt in modern times, we have embraced technology in meetings and decision-making. Ideas from younger Rotarians are also welcome. And the flexible ways of participating. Even though we respect tradition, we don't allow it to limit the relevance. And the key lesson here is that Rotary values are timeless, but its method must evolve and are still evolving. You see, when Rotary is innovative, visible, and purposeful, membership growth becomes a natural outcome. Yes, there will always be challenges, but this is very, very key. I don't think that people join Rotary because we invite them. They join Rotary to see relevance, professionalism, and impact. It's how we have created lasting impact. This is how we drive, sustainability in membership. I think that I will just end here. Thank you very much for the opportunity to express my thoughts on this very important topic. Thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Wow, PP Noche. This is just fantastic. You have taken Accra Spintex and your own personal, yourself to a different level. We see you a lot, we see Accra Spintex a lot, but this is giving a whole perspective. Skills plus innovation plus community. It's just amazing. Ownership beyond titles. Fantastic. And thank you very much for sharing your Rotary story, or telling us your Rotary story, your personal story, and your club story using the Rotary Action Plan, showing us how you increase your impact, how your club expanded their reach, enhance participant engagement, and increase the ability to adapt. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. And please stay on, because we have questions and comments, and we'll be calling on you. AGMs will be calling on you for the call to action once we wrap up. So moving on with this energy, this fire, this vibrancy, let's move on now to Charter President Richard Nanedu, the membership chair for the Rotary Club of Accra at Jirigano. I call them toddlers with sharp teeth. So, TP, Nana, over to you.
Good morning. So good morning to everyone, Rotarians, DG. I stand on the protocols used already, and I want to say a Happy New Year to everyone. So from our Accra Jirigano, we are special in our own way. We try to be intentional in membership recruitment, and we stand on the protocols of Rotary to educate the Rotarians and prospective on how to use Rotary to project the needs of the community. And so somebody says consistent gains and so consistent wins. So consistency, one of the things we have done is to adapt the Jirigano basic schools, which includes the primary, the nursery, and the environment that they are. And especially to add up to it is the Jirigano Polyclinic. If one may look, you will see that this venue is around the same place. And so over the time, what we have done, and I'll touch on the last one that we tried to do with PP Note, the last speaker, is to provide light in the school, so that at least the property will be well kept, especially in the night. And there's a lot of illumination so that it prevents robbers from, attacking the school and picking a few things. And this we got from the school that, because the place is dark, the people, they have a lot of theft cases. And so doing that in our own way, we try to also reach out to the community. And as you may know, we are a fan-based club. We love ourselves. When you come into our club, I think you will feel very welcome, and we have kept it. One of the things that we are also doing to reach out to members is partnering fellow Rotarians in their strategic projects. And so if you realize over the years, over 3 years now, we've been part and parcel of many other sister clubs that are doing projects, and we add up. This is to say that, yes, we see ourselves as family, and we believe in the community impact. Now, in the few times we have tried our best to make sure that we will keep data. How do we keep data? We have been able to put a lot of the project into videos for our members and for them to share, because we know that everybody is busy. And so watching a short clip or a skit will be impactful and sending the message straightforward. We try to move away from too many voluminous writing, but we try to pin out what we are actually doing, what we have done with other clubs, and to put more emphasis on it. We have been able to also try that in as much as we are Rotarians, we need to use our social media status. We need to be there, out there, and communicating with the outside world what Rotary stands for, and not just Adringano. And so over the times, every time that it's coming close to our activities, most of us we use our status to communicate to our reach, meaning our old school friends, our church members, and as you know, other people who we relate to daily begin to ask questions. So what is Rotary? How can I be part of Rotary? And we believe that doing this is more intentional. One of the things our PI team and committee have done is to ensure that we don't post other unnecessary, in quote, unnecessary pictures, but call to action pictures. And so intentionally, when we meet as a club, we try to, encourage ourselves to put pictures that will bring people and pictures that will showcase our club to other people. One of the things internally we have done for our club members is to have what we call the morning motivation. So every week from Monday, there's an activity on our page, and members and thanks to ALE, our mother club, bear witness that we have been putting information, we have been trying to engage members. So every week, we have a roster, and the roster gives people the opportunity to give us a motivation on a Monday morning. On Fridays, we do what we call joke sharing, something that to ease our tension and stress off. On Tuesdays, we do what we call informative day, where we talk about Rotary and some other things that Rotary is doing. And then on weekends, we give the platform to our members to showcase small business or side gigs that they are doing, side checks that they want. And so it gives them the platform to be able to also lure people. So you imagine your friend who is into poetry or who is into other trade, but then that's a side work, and you are giving the opportunity that, look, give me your flyer and let me put it on our page so that you may have 1 or 2 clients. This is also a way to help us to grow our membership. And we do this intentionally, trying to, get into people and tell them what Rotary stands for. Aside that, we know that most of our projects this year, we've been able to approach a lot of companies and friends and, colleagues that can help us to raise funds to do the needful. I mean, projects that is on our table that we have to execute. Now, on the other hand, we have also tried as much as possible to also share a lot of information from the district to our club, what the district is doing, RLI, why you have to go to these ones. And we believe that once we educate our own members internally and make them part of the Rotary International and the district as well, we know that they can also stand on that platform and reach out to many to help us grow Rotary. And more importantly, to spread the news of Rotary. Thank you very much. And we'll continue to serve Rotary. Thank you.
Fantastic. Our toddlers with sharp teeth, special, solid, Nana. The comments in there, fantastic. And I'm just really amazed. And DG, I'm sure you are smiling wherever you are, at the way we are breaking down the Rotary Action Plan and relating it to our personal, our club, and our district experiences. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And particularly, Ajiri Gano being intentional in terms of intentional in membership recruitment, which I can attest to, and consistency. Consistency gains and wins. Thank you so much, panelist number 2, TP Nanedu, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Accra, Ajiri Gano. Fantastic. Now, we are leaving Accra. We were in Spintex, we went to Ajiri Gano. Now we are going all the way to Wa. So, TP Agams, are you ready also to inspire us to share your Rotary story in terms of the Rotary Action Plan and how you've been able to manage the 4 priority areas? Over to you now, TP Agams from the Rotary Club of Wa. He is, the club learning facilitator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, P.A. Aju. Good morning, fellow Rotarians. The Rotary Club of Wa is 10 years this month. We were chartered in 2016, and we've been consistent in the club progress and activities. We have been very deliberate and intentional on implementing global grants, knowing that Upper West is one of the less developed regions in Ghana. We have consistently explored opportunities to improve development in our community. We remain committed to working with international partners, especially in Canada, in the US, and currently in the UK, implementing global grants. I can say that every year, our club has 1 or 2 global grants, either in process or completed. And we are so delighted to doing this work in Rotary and as Rotarians. This comes from true commitment, through being deliberate in identifying very impactful projects. We are yet to receive a global grant funding to support health facilities, about 4 health facilities in the region, to have wash facilities for clients and health workers. That is, we are constructing 2 unit storage facilities, hand washing facilities, a bath room for new mothers, and then a urinal. This, we believe, would impact a lot of community members who come to the facility for healthcare services. And it's going to be sustained due to the engagement we have with the stakeholders at the health center and the community level. In fact, we have made use of the 6-step empowerment program. Through that, we consistently engage communities and stakeholders who are supposed to benefit from this project to get them involved from the beginning till the project is handed over. And even post project implementation, we make visits to see how things go. And then we try to discuss with them what they can do to improve on the sustainability of this project. We have remained very committed to recruiting and attracting new members. Last November, we inducted 5, we call it the DG Nana came and then gave them a name, Fantastic 5. These were 2 professors. One is a vice chancellor of Seneca University, and another is a lecturer at the UBIC University, and 3 other distinguished Rotarians who came on board. We are preparing to do inductions again in the second half of the Rotary year, and this is as a result of the good work we do as a club in the Upper West region. In fact, we have our Rotary signage just opposite the airport entrance. So coming out of the airport, you have no choice but to look at that signage that welcomes you to WA and informing you that there's a Rotary Club that you can fellowship or you can join to do good in society. Our club has remained united for the past 10 years, and we continue to be united to support the development of the region. When DG Nana visited WA in November, we facilitated her visit to the WA Nash Palace, and a story that was told to us was so insightful. We did a project at the One Nation Training College where we donated learning materials and textbooks to the school. In that same event, we handed over a 4-way test to the principal. And that 4-way test did a magic for them when they had an issue to address. So one of the One Nash Palace secretary is a board member at the school. And so when they were in the meeting, they were troubled as to how to address this particular thing. It was about a student who had an issue with the administration. And so he pointed at the 4-way test. He said, there is something here. Can we look at it? And what he said was that they went by the 4-way test, and it helped them to address the problem without fear. And the problem was addressed amicably. I mean, we were all excited to hear such a wonderful news by a non-Rotarian who have made use of 4-way test. So it's really a great pleasure to distinguish Rotary across the district and beyond to impact our communities in the Upper West region.
Thank you, PP Agams. Thank you, PP Agams, for sharing with us and telling the story of Rotary Club of WA and yourself and how the action plan has helped. You translated it, you increased your impact as you described in the examples and experiences, expanding your reach, enhancing participant engagement, and also increasing your ability to adapt. As PP Pinto says, this is PP Agams reporting from WA. So fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, interactors, and guests on the call, I hope you are learning, unlearning, and relearning, and also taking points on the really interesting, insightful stories that are being told. We are telling our Rotary story and seeing how our action plan in terms of the key priorities, the 4, are being implemented through public image, membership, and also service projects, partnerships. So I'd now like to move back to Accra, but we're going to Tema, Community 25. So all the way from WA, we're coming back to Tema, Community 25. And we are moving now to what we say. People say our Rotaractors are our future. I believe that they are our now. That is why for us to be able to sustain, to be as robust as Rotary that we have over the past 100+ years, our Rotaractors are key to that sustainability. So they are the now. And I'd now like to move to Temacom 25, Rotaract Club. We have Charter President Elizabeth or Lizzie, and who is the Charter President, a member of the Rotaract Club of Community 25, and she has her support from her Rotary Club, Temacom 25. So over to you, Elizabeth. Lizzie, share with us the amazing Rotary stories that you have. Let us hear about you more from this seminar. Over to you, Lizzie.
Thank you very much, Kiejiajo. Good morning, partners in service, and greetings from the Rotary and Rotaract Clubs of Temacom 25. For many people, Rotary still means attending meetings, handshakes, formalities, but for us in Temacom 25, it's more about people of action. We are creating visible and impactful change in our communities, and we are very much particular about how people understand our impact, how much they are able to trust us, and indeed, whether they feel inspired to join our community or to partner with us. So in Temacom 25, we've seen firsthand how aligning our projects with the action plan priorities directly improves visibility, membership interest, and also partnerships. When it comes to the first action plan, which is increasing our impacts, it's about making service visible. And one strong example is our pre-charter project of the Rotaract Club of Temacom 25, which was the Ride Safe, Stay Safe campaign, where we organized a hands-on road safety training for over 30 commercial motorcycle riders along the Tema Pram Dawenya stretch due to the increasing rates of collisions between cyclists, pedestrians, and cars. This particular project wasn't just a one-day talk, but it was more practical, it was visible, and it was community-centered. We partnered with professional training team and ended up training riders directly. We gave them certificates after the training, and we distributed reflective vests, engaged them publicly along our busy road, if you know our stretch. Up until today, we still see these riders wearing the reflective vests, and that alone continues to speak to us. People ask questions, people notice the things we do, and that's as the impact that we seek to achieve. And it goes beyond that particular project day. Another major example is our Dawenya Classroom Refurbishment project, which also served as our main charter project. And speakers today have spoken a lot about how visibility attracts people. And what stood out to us wasn't just about the refurbishment of the classroom. Of course, that was outstanding because we were there daily to paint ourselves and oversee the project, always in our branded club t-shirts. But it went beyond that. It was more about the intentional branding we created. We placed a big sticker clearly on the wall at the side facing the main road, indicating that the transformation was done by our club, the Rotaract Club of Temacom 25. We also framed and placed the 4-way test plaque in each classroom we refurbished to indicate our commitment to this particular cause and also to instill the 4-way test in students. And from that moment on, the local indigents constantly approached us to congratulate our works. The community members asked who we were and how we could help again. And this particular project became a conversation starter during the work. And it also showed us something very important, that if people don't see our impact, they can't appreciate it or support the works that we are doing. So the visibility gave us our work, gave our work the voice that it needed, and that to us was fulfilling even up until today. Now, using the third action plan, that's enhancing participant engagement to us, is about building trust and also interest. I remember on Christmas Eve, we carried out our Circle of Care projects that's supporting underprivileged new mothers and babies. And that was our 14th project in our 7 months of existence as a Rotaract Club. And that particular project created a very emotional and human connection within the community we went into. That was the Pram Polyclinic. And even after the project ended, people continued to come to us. They were asking questions about why we do the things we do, why we support them, and also how they can join us to make similar impacts. And that curiosity alone, to me, is a direct result of consistency and also visible service. This is how our club, the Rotaract Club of Temacom 25, we make engagements work. It's not just for the members in, because the members already know what Rotary or Rotaract is about, but it's also for the entire community that we find ourselves in. Another point worthy of mention is about building partnerships and also multiplying our impact and visibility. One of the one of the biggest lessons in COP25 is that partnership multiply visibility. A recent example is our partnership with Belacqua. They sponsored us with water for our project, and that simple but strategic support went a long way to reduce our project cost, also to create some visibility with the Belacqua team, and even strengthen our credibility as an organized club worthy of partnership. One other practical example of strong partnership to us is End the Litter Trail project, which was carried out in collaboration with the Rotary and Water Clubs of Dubai. The goal in there was to reduce waste and promote environmental sustainability in Tema COP25. So what we did was to move through the COP25 area early in the morning, picking up litter while wearing our branded club t-shirts and reflective vest to show that we are from Rotary and Water. And on that particular day, there was, as usual, traffic on the Pram Dawenya stretch, which was very heavy. Many drivers slowed down to watch us. People asked questions about who we were and what we were doing. People even assumed we were from Zoom Lion and all that. But what stood out the most was the reaction we got from people. People were quite impressed by how intentional we young people were about service. This particular project went on to generate curiosity and conversations, not just through the flyers we shared, but also through the visible action people saw us do. And to be honest, none of this would have been possible without our sponsor club, the Rotary Club of Tema COP25, by seeing how they plan their projects, by seeing how they are consistent with branding, and also how they engage the community. We are always inspired to do the same. And their example as a sponsor club has shaped our culture of visible service. So to sponsor clubs on the call, please go a long way to sponsor your Water clubs by doing the things that you want to see them do in the neighborhood or in the community. And from all these, what are we talking about? We are talking about the real results from these things. And today, the community no longer refers to us as, oh, the club that meets upstairs with cars parked downstairs every Sunday. Instead, they now say that, oh, those people who did the motorcycle projects by the roadside, those are the people who went around early in the morning to pick trash. And that shift in identity is everything and more to us. It also means that our public image now matches our purpose. It matches the things that we say we are doing. And when it comes to increasing our ability to adapt, we are quite keen on collaborating within ourselves. Even from the Rotary side, I spoke about sponsor clubs, and the Rotary Club of Tema COP25 has consistently demonstrated the power of collaboration and branding. An example is the recent Walk for Polio campaign, which was carried out with the other clusters, the Rotary Club of Akosombo, Tema Meridian, Tema Sunshine, Hohoi. We walked all the way from the Rotary Center in Tema COP25 to the motorway around China Mall. If you know that stretch, you know how much of a distance it is. And the outcome of that continues to generate inquiry simply because the project was impactful and it was collaborative. It was well branded. We were in our polio t-shirts, the red one, and we also communicated a lot. And as PP Kito said when he was doing his presentation, it makes outsiders more interested in the club and who these people are. And it reflects adaptability. That's Rotary working across clubs to deliver meaningful results. So from all these experiences, we can say that the impact that we as Water clubs and Rotary clubs are making must be very, very much intentional, and it must be visible as well. Our branding must continue to be consistent, as consistency ends up building trust, and in turn, trust also attracts members and partners. Thank you very much.
Wow, 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 wow. Tema Community 25. Special place in my heart. This is fantastic. And I mean, partnership multiplies visibility. CP Liz, Rotary Club Community 25. Thank you so much. You really shared your story, told us. And I must say that up to today, we still continue to get inquiries about the polio walk, and also in terms of the branding that we did on the motorway. So thank you so much. Fantastic. So you see, she was the only female on the panel, and as usual, she did a good job. So this is our Rotaracts. These are the now, not the future of Rotary. So moving on to our last panelist. This is for the first session before we go on to the last part. I'd like to call, going back all the way to call on RP Raymond, Rotaract Club, UBIDS. Please, can you tell us what UBIDS is so that everybody would know? On that note, over to you, Rotarian Raymond. I hope you are on and unmuted to share your Rotary story as in line with the Rotary Action Plan in terms of the 4 key priority areas. Thank you. Over to you. RP Raymond, Rotoracta President Raymond. Okay, we cannot get him,
yes.
So yes, please go ahead.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Yes, I was waiting to get unmuted. I think my network is a bit slow, so apologies. Yeah, so good morning, PAG Ajo. Good morning, all Rotarians, fellow retractors, interactors, and guests. I deem it an honor to be here today. To also share my experiences on how our Rotary Action Plan helps us to increase more impact, expand our reach, enhance participants in club. The Rotaract Club of UBIT is the only institutional-based club in the Upper West region at the moment. And we are endowed with a very ever-supportive Rotary Club of WA who are always here to guide us and ensure that the right things are being done and we grow. So now, one, as a way of increasing our impact, we've always been collaborative that are necessary and bring relevant people on board to have nice and even sustainable impact in our project. And we are always blessed with our Rotarians, the Rotary Club of WA, where we always come together to do projects, where we share our ideas, we share responsibilities to ensure that our projects are always meaningful. And as a way of increasing our visibility, what we do, for instance, in our recent project where we went to PC Primary School to donate stationery, on our market storm in the markets of WA, everybody was branded in shirts. We had banners and pictures of our previous projects. So every store we went in to raise funds, they see, oh, Rotary, who are these people? What do you do? Then we show them what we've done before. Others get so impressed, donate generously, and even ask, how do I get to join? So we don't joke with our visibility. Another thing we have done is to prioritize publicity. What we've observed is that sometimes the focus is just on executing the project and that's all. But we put extra effort in selling the little we do. Even though we are students and we are not able to do bigger projects compared to community-based and Rotary clubs, the little project we do, we put in more effort in selling it widely. Everybody puts in effort in posting it on school platforms, on social media handles, and you get people reaching out. Oh, what is Rotary? What is Rotaract? Who are these people? Another strategic measure we have taken is to change our venue in meetings. We realize that we are always hidden, so we brought our meeting venues to a more visible place where people are walking around and see a group of people sitting with a very big pull-up banner, organized session, and they ask, who are these people? What do they do? And they see our flyers where we invite Rotarians with beautiful topics coming to talk to us, and they say that, oh, this is a place of growth. Let us come and join them. And it has really expanded our reach, and we get more and more members. Another thing we don't joke with is our pins, our Rotary clubs, our Rotary t-shirts. We make sure we put it as a priority to make them our garments, not only to questions and even opportunities. People see it and ask, oh, what is this Rotaract? Who are these people? What do they do? How do I join them? And we link them up to different places wherever there's a club near them. And we can always
Oh dear, so I think the internet connectivity. So what we'll do is that we'll move on whilst we wait for RP Raymond to come back on because he has a very interesting short story to share. So we'll move on to the second part, which is Assistant Governor Andrews will take us through looking at a call for action or messages, anything key that our panelists would like to share with clubs from what you've told us. What are some key pointers that you want to share? Andrews, over to you. Please kindly go ahead with this one. When Raymond comes back on, we would give him the opportunity to speak again. Thank you.
Hello.
Okay, you're back. Andrews, let's wait. So Raymond, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Please go ahead.
I didn't realize I went off. So I don't know which part I got cut.
Oh dear, you were cut for the last 2 minutes.
Wow. All right.
Continue.
Okay, so I was talking about
they saw the banners and everything. You had the activity you were having on campus.
Yes. So as a way of adapting to changes, we realized that our meetings are always enclosed, and there has been a recent renovation of halls around. So a circular was released to all associations to change their venues of meetings. Many people have sent their meetings outside campus, but we decided that fine, since the lecture hall are no longer available where is going on, let's get a strategic place in the campus, not necessarily in the lecture hall. So now whenever we are meeting, we meet in between hall 1 and hall 2, which is a very open place, and a place anybody going anywhere on campus will have to pass. Then they see us sitting there. Who are these people? What are they doing? Then they see our pull-up banner, then they come to ask. So we don't joke with the visibility. And I think when we put in the sacrifices in our publicity, it brings results. We always come out with our Rotary t-shirts, our Rotary clubs, our everything, always with a conscious. Before you go out, you make sure, oh, am I having something to show that there's Rotary on me? And I think it has always been bringing us results. There is no day I go out without being asked, oh, what is this Rotary? I want to join these people. I want to join your organization every single day, and we see the results. The little we do, we put in more effort in selling it, and it really brings results online and physically as well. Thank you very much.
Wow, Rotaract RP Raymond, fantastic. Hearing and listening to your story, telling us what you've been doing, the impact. Just imagine all the innovation that you've brought, translating or operationalizing the Rotary Action Plan, how you've increased your impact, how you've expanded your reach, enhanced participant engagement, and increasing your ability to adapt. You are institutional based, but also seeing how you can move into the community. This is fantastic, amazing. And of course, you see from our Rotaract clubs that presented that they have strong, robust, and engaging sponsor clubs. Rotaract Club of Temakom 25, their sponsor club, Rotary Club of Temakom 25, and Rotaract Club of UB-IDS, their sponsor club of Rotary Club of WA. Fantastic, amazing. Fantastic. Thank you all. I hope you've all learned something so far. And I'll ask that we put any comments or questions. Thanks for those putting in the chat. And now I'll move back now to AG Andrews to take us through the last part of this panel discussion, which is a call to action, speaking to them, tell us what you want us to do. What can we take home from this session? Over to you, AG Andrews.
Thank you very much, PH Ajo. I think I was ordinarily supposed to ask them questions, but I'll just move straight into action. Fellow panelists, you've touched on quite a number of things, but I want to ask you, if a club, and I'll start from PP Noche on this, if a club wants to increase their PI presence, can you give us 3 major things in the next on Instagram and other social media?
The network is unstable, so you might have to put your video because we lost you there for a few seconds.
Okay. All right. So, PP Noche, and this to all the panelists, can you give us 3 practical things that clubs can do to improve on their PI presence, both online and in person? 3 practical things that they can do in the next 90 days. PP Noche, over to PB Noche, are you on call? Okay, if we are unable to get him, CP Nanedu, can you share with us 3 practical things that clubs can do to improve on their PI presence in the next 90 days from now?
Thank you. Thank you, AG Andrew. I think the first practical thing to look at is to be giving accurate update to our members. You know, they said bad news spread fast, and so good news is a bit slow. So the first thing we can do is to make sure that everyone in the club knows what is happening in terms of our project, so that they can showcase it and they will be able to own that space and answer questions from prospective and fellow members who don't understand. In that way, we are able to share our Rotary story both inside and outside, so internal and external, very well. And then again, it also helps us to increase the project funding and raising of funds that we want to do. The second thing is engaging members. Engaging members is key, because you know, you want to send a story, and like we learned earlier on, you want to share a story, but how are you sharing the story? Who and who are you communicating to? So over again, we have to be engaging members in training, in new things, adapting to the online methods, you know, using the hashtags, using all other means to be able to communicate. And this we can do in a friendly way by, you know, for our club, we've been putting a lot of videos together and we share it among ourselves, and fellow members will load it on their status to share it to their immediate community, i.e., you know, friends and loved ones and people they are in touch with. The third one I think we can do as a club or Rotary Club is to ensure that at every given moment we are saying the same thing. And how can we do this? By, you know, being involved in other clubs' activity. Being involved in other clubs' activity will help us to increase their posture, because what's the importance of you putting on Rotary pin when you don't even know a club exists in, let's say, Spintex, in, let's say, Teshi, in, let's say, Dansoman? And how well do you know where they live? And so the Rotary information within the district should be able to reach out to our members, and then we can as well grow the numbers. And I believe when we do this practically and get engaged, and like our club, what we do is to strategically partner with other sister clubs in terms of projects, and we do this intentionally because we want to know them, the other people from the other clubs, and also engage them in on a professional basis because of Rotary objective, you know, using our professionalism to serve, and at the same time, you know, coming together as professionals who make use of our careers and professions to help the community that we serve. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, CP Nanedu. PB Noche.
Sorry, please unmute PB Noche.
Okay, PB Noche, I believe you are able to speak now. So can you take a run at the same question for us, please? Over.
Yes, thank you very much. Firstly, I think that a lot of us Rotarians don't know how to take pictures. Okay. And we as Rotary clubs should try to train our members how to take action pictures, quality pictures. You see, it's not about the type of phone that you have or the type of camera that you have. You need to get the right moment at the right time in telling your story. I think this is very, very key. Okay. And of course, the Rotary P is something that is a conversation starter. We should talk about it online a bit more. But I'll tell you a short story. In 2018, I went for the Rotary Convention in Toronto, Canada. And I had then my famous Rotary pants, Rotary trousers. Okay. To cut a long story short, there was a conversation between me and a Japanese man, and we talked Rotary in sign language. He pointed to the trousers and said, and indicated with mannerisms that he wanted a picture with me with the trousers. That is connecting right there. You see, so we should be. I know that as a district we are doing a lot, but we can do a bit more with our Rotary fashion. Let's keep pushing the boundaries. It's gonna get people talking about Rotary because the branding is so visible on the Rotary cloth. Let's wear it a bit more, and I'm sure that we'll be able to do a bit more. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, PP Noche, for that elaborate presentation. Also on the CP Nanedu, also for that very insightful one. Now, PP Agambere, I want you to touch briefly on how clubs can balance doing good and telling their story without necessarily appearing to be self-promotional. PP Agams, if you could touch on that briefly for us, how clubs can balance doing good in the world and telling their story in the Rotary way without necessarily having appearing to be self-promotional in every sense of the word. PP Agams, over to you.
Thanks so much, Andy. Yeah, so what that can happen is very simple. It can be done in signage and then in presenting your case as a Rotary Club. For instance, in the signage, there is this, we do two types of signage, a directional signage, and the project itself has a signage. And so usually the directional signage is usually planted by the roadside. And so that one do not indicate any club name. It's written Rotary Project. And so when you see that, you cannot tell which club did this work. Probably unless you get to the project site where there is a plaque or a small signage at the site of the project. That's where you will see the details of who and who partners to bring this project here. The rationale is that we are not working in Rotary, or we don't do Rotary project because of ourselves. We have the service above self in mind. And so when you are communicating on projects, you need to emphasize on the core principle of Rotary. The object of Rotary, the four effects. Emphasizing on the importance of that project. It's not about who is bringing that project. It's about the importance. How will that project impact the intended user? And emphasizing on the need to ensure sustainability, empowering the community, building leadership. I'm sure when these are the focus, your participation as a club will not be too much emphasized. Acknowledge partners who contribute to the project rather than Rotarians or Rotary clubs themselves. The Rotary signage is enough to tell that this is coming from a Rotary club or Rotary in general. So I think this should be our focus, not fronting
Okay.
in the community.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, PP Adams. And to touch on a bit of Rotrax and the future, which largely is not necessarily the future of Rotary, but actually the presence of Rotary membership. CP Elizabeth, I want to ask, and in your final comment, that from a Rotrax perspective, what makes Rotary either attractive or unattractive to a young professional like you today? What would make you want to be a part of a Rotary club or visit a Rotary club I mean, from where you sit as a Rotractor? Retractor Rotarian. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, A.G. Andrews. I think from my perspective, I think one thing that will make Rotary very much attractive to me would be being able to network with purpose. So assessing professionals, mentors, leaders across various industries, and also being able to form real relationships with these kind of people. It gives exposure to the opportunities ahead, like jobs, collaborations, and also leadership roles. Another thing that I think is very much important will be the leadership and skill developments. So from public speaking, project management, teamwork, budgeting, Rotary gives you the opportunity to thrive in these particular fields. And I think getting the hands-on leadership roles very early in our career will build the confidence needed and also present some strong CVs as well. Another thing that will make Rotary attractive to young people would be the meaningful impact that we are able to create. That's through the community service with the visible results that we achieve, and also through the projects in various areas like education, health, peace, environment, and also other youth developmental projects as well. It gives a sense of purpose beyond the usual 9 to 5 that we all know. Another point will probably be the global exposure that Rotary gives to young people through the international conferences, the exchange programs, the collaborations, a worldwide network given to us, the young people, to tap in anywhere, and also the travel opportunities. Also, the sense of belonging that comes with being in Rotary, fellowshipping, socials, trips, creating that lifelong friendship. It makes the community feel like family. And I believe any young person who gets the opportunity to be in Rotary knows they are doing a good thing. Probably the other thing that would be unattractive, because the question came in two folds, will be the financial commitment to some young people. Well, for me, I think it's something that needs to be done, because money is very important when it comes to being able to do the projects that we need to do to make us have or create the purpose that we need to create. So the dues, the event costs, project contributions, I know it can be very much discouraging for people in our earlier careers. And also that's the importance of joining a club with a strong sponsor club, because then when it comes to these things, they can help. I know typically when I started my Rotary journey as a young person, the Rotary Club of Temakom 25 came up with a new law about giving younger people under 30 some percentage of the dues. And that's, to me, is encouraging. That's if you want to have more younger people in the club. And also, one thing that would probably make it unattractive for young people would be the meetings and also the time demands that has to do with being in Rotary. Sometimes it can be very much overwhelming for young people trying to navigate their lives and also find a balance. And it can be a lot, but if you understand the purpose, if you understand the reason why you are joining Rotary, and also if you know why or what is creating in the world, the kind of impact you are making, you know that it's more than just giving your time. It's about developing yourself. It's about creating meaningful friendships, and also developing your skills, getting the exposure you need, and even professional credibility as well, because Rotary and Rotaract are globally respected brands. So membership signals integrity and also service leadership. And this is very much helpful for personal branding and also for career growth.
Yeah, thank you very much. And tying in your personal brand, what PP Nochelia mentioned, I want to ask UBIT, RP from UBIT, that Raymond, what mindset shift should Rotary and Rotaract leaders make to be able to still remain attractive over the next decade? Happy, Raymond?
Thank you very much, AG. Okay, so what mindset shifts? So please, can you have the question again?
Okay, so what should Rotary and Rotaract clubs do differently from what they are doing now to be able to still remain relevant in the next decade? Of course, as far as PR is concerned.
Okay, so I think one mindset shift that can keep Rotary and Rotaract relevant.
Hello, Raymond, are you on call?
We shouldn't be so discouraged when people are not coming along, when the numbers are not so encouraging. We should understand that it's quality over quantity. And when we focus, when little people come together and we are all committed, we can create even greater impact. We don't really need everybody to come on board. We don't need to force, since it's service above self. And as my immediate past speaker just mentioned, when you have people who really understand the purpose and the impact doing Rotary has on the lives of others, you won't do Rotary lackadaisically or expect benefits from it. So we shouldn't be always so sad when our membership is always so down. We should work so hard to get members and all that, but we shouldn't let that one bring us down. Let's focus on what we have. Let's use what we have and continue to create the impact. We can do more. We attract people, and what we get, we make do with it and keep moving forward. I think it will help a lot. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Happy, Raymond. And in the next 60 seconds, I'll be driving us through the call to action. I'll be driving us through the call to action, which is the very first one, based on everything that has been said today. The ownership should be the ownership. Hello,
Andrew, sorry. PP Noche's hand is up before you move
okay,
to that.
PP Noche, do you have something to say before I come?
Yes, I have something to say, and I think that this might call for a family meeting in the district. You see, as a district, and I'm speaking for Ghana per se, there's a problem. There's a problem because a lot of people trying to tell their Rotary stories might be perceived as self-promotion. Okay? And in the Ghanaian culture, humility is highly valued. Public praise of self is often viewed as arrogance. And a lot of people also misconstrue confidence for arrogance. And let others speak for you is deeply, in inverted commas, is deeply ingrained in our culture. So when Rotarians tell stories, are trying to tell their stories, it can feel like self-praise, personal promotion or branding promotion and club competition. So I think that as much as we want Rotarians to be able to tell more of their stories, we might have to look into training our Rotarians a bit more in how to tell their stories without it sounding like self-promotion. Okay, because maybe that's not what it is. Because if you see, when our Rotarians become silent communities wouldn't understand Rotary. Potential members will not see the relevance, and partners don't know who to trust. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So perhaps we might want to look into that, because I think it's a problem. It's a problem. A lot of people might want to tell their Rotary stories or promote Rotary, but others might see it as self, promotion. I just wanted to chip in that for your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, PP Noche. And I believe that the reason why we are having this learning session is to address some of these things. And I'm sure RP Kito's presentation did real justice to how we can actually position ourselves and telling our stories without having it to look or miscommunicate, as the case will be. And by way of the call to action, based on everything that has been said here, this is a summary of it. We need to understand that ownership beyond titles means showing up visibly and proudly, i.e., taking action pictures, wearing our Rotary pin, and strengthening our website presence, and also pushing our brand beyond boundaries to connect with purpose, deliver meaningful impact, and gain global exposure. Not just that, we need to take action, and by taking action, we need to be visible, we need to wear our pin, we need to tell our stories, and of course, push our Rotary brand beyond boundaries for purpose, impact, and global reach. And finally, every Rotarian should own the Rotary brand. Every Rotarian should own the Rotary brand. It shouldn't just be our club president, it shouldn't be our service project directors, it shouldn't be just the district governors. Every single person should know that when we are capturing the action pictures, we should capture it well. And we are also telling our stories online. We should also tell it well. And we should, as much as possible, be bold in pushing the Rotary's boundaries and connect with purpose for meaningful global impact. By way of a call to action, I'm hoping that at the end of this session, every single member on this call would come to an appreciation of knowing when and how to take the action pictures, wearing the Rotary pin, strengthening our online presence, and also pushing our brand beyond the boundaries for purpose, impact, and global exposure. PJ Ajo, I think we would want to end here by saying that we are not only discouraged, but we are evolving as a Rotary club, where the Rotary brand started from to where it is now. But we are becoming more visible, more connected, and more impactful Rotarians, thanks to the learning session that continuously we have been having. And thank you very much, BG. Over to you.
Thank you so much, my co-moderator. I have spotted our district's PI chair, Kwame. I know you had apologies, but since you are on, you have to say something. Everybody is talking. One key thing, the People of Action campaign. So please, PP, can you speak? If you can speak, I know that we are supposed to be at the 1 week, but if you can, we can hear your voice briefly so that we also feel your presence. Yes, PP, please unmute PP Kwame. It's a DPIC. Can you speak? Yeah, please unmute him. PP Kwame, let's hear your voice. Tell us something before we wrap up. Thank you. Please, he's still muted. Please unmute DPIC. It's DPIC Kwame. AJ Andrews, kindly unmute DPIC Kwame.
All right. I've granted him access. You should be able to unmute now.
Okay.
Right. Thank you very much. Good morning, fellow Rotarians and Rotractors. I have been in the Vibrant workshop, of course, in a covert manner to more like hear the various feedback that we emerge. And it is good to have the various feedback moved by the ideas exchange and also through the chat. What more can I say than to thank the clubs for the work that they've done this year. Since I was given this mandate, the region has asked that we bring stories to the regional magazine. And APEC Quito knows that for consistently, District 9104 has been a predominant, if you say, storyteller in the magazine. If you have not done enough, then you have no story to tell. So the first thing is to do projects, service projects, have activities, and to tell a story. But who are the people to do the projects and to tell the story? That is the people. And so having people is also great. Now, from what we've been told and all the dimensions of telling stories, I hope that we will be guided by the Rotary templates, and as said by PP Pinto, the 7 C's of communication, with some action photos. It will go out there, bring you membership, to bring you partnership, and it will bring you impact, which our president-elect, Rotary International President-elect Yinka is expecting from us. So PR is never a stop or a break, but continuously we should evolve to get better. People spoke about social media, and we have to be mindful of the demographics that are across various media platforms. Some of us are still stuck with GBC and graphic, whereas some of us have, if you like, listened to commercial radio and TV stations. And then some persons are also on social media channels. But are you saying that our district governor is on Instagram? That is where you see the deficits, okay? Because the Rotary population in Ghana, even as we've seen, where how people registered for their DESCON, and it was intentional. We put the registration by a link. People use more of desktops to register for their DESCON rather than mobile phones. The 300 people who paid, it gives you an indication that people who are Rotarians are comfortable with desktop accessing the internet than with mobile phones, even though we see many people holding their mobile phones. So we are in the background working with statistics and trends to actually know where, for example, the district make placements on certain things. But I will encourage all clubs, and it is appeal that the clubs follow the district page, and I mean the other way around as well. And this will give us a symbiotic relationship, whereas it will be giving us further reach. So as people access your club information, they'll be able to access other clubs' information through the district link as a hub. I like the approach of Ajengano, and that was why I proposed that they are here. And what I was expecting from the President Juan is what I heard from the CP. Consistency. The club, as you spoke about, strategic plan, they understand their strategy and they know what they are about. Collaboration. Rotary is in no way a competition among clubs. It's about collaboration. I always say that rather than spending 1,000 cedis on a single project, you could spread it 10 cities by 100 projects, and you will make more impact. So I believe. So let us collaborate on all fronts. There was the ask of Rotarians and Retractors who are in the media. Yes, we have some of them. That is why at the beginning of the year we made that, and we share with clubs. If you need to get into certain media space, we can share that information. But just we also know that some clubs have certain arrangements with certain media houses. Let us bring all this together in a hub so that we can all tap in. It will be cheaper, it will be more effective. Our stories will be consistent, it will be flowing every day. What, for me, my target this year is we haven't Rotary stories being headline news in the main Ghanaian media. And I wish a day will come, Rotary stories will be the topical issues in Ghana, just as they discuss politics and sports. But with this, it is the clubs who can drive it, not necessarily the district. We as facilitators, if the clubs are willing and we come together, we can push further beyond what we are doing. On this note, I thank you all for your feedback. We're all taking, and where we fall short, our doors are very open, and we will see how best we can continuously to improve. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, PP Kwame, for your at least validating what has been shared here, and also for adding your voice to everything. So we'll continue to seek the guidance of you and all the various chairs or coordinators at the various levels. So thank you so much. So, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors and guests, at the peak of the meeting, we had 300 participants from almost 60 clubs, both Rotary and Rotaract. The list will be shared with the club presidents for you to go through, because remember, you have to also go onto the Rotary Club Central, and also indicate the member engagement and participation in such learning seminars. Please use that and take that information to be shared with your RPs. Please, Rotary Club Presidents, interact, and so share your information with your club members. That is one of the core call to actions, providing accurate and timely updates to club members. I must say, I have learned, I have unlearned and relearned, and I feel even more empowered to be able to move on and continue to grow as a Rotarian, to be able to tell my Rotary story, and also to tell that of my club, Accra East Experience Club, and of District 9104, and even beyond. It has been fantastic. It has been insightful. I would first like to really thank the District Learning Committee members for their continuous support, our dedication to making sure that we have robust, vibrant, insightful, and impactful learning seminars or vibrant club workshops. Committee members, thank you so much. Thank you so much. AG Michael, AG Andrews, PAG Mause, AG Kafwin, Rotarian Nye Davis, Rotarian PE Dolores, Rotaractor PP Boache. Please, all of us on the District Learning Committee and all our ad hoc members, then also for our PI gurus, PI at the district, PP Kwame and his team, RPIC Kito, also for the collaboration and the support. We made it, we got there, we all enjoyed the holidays, but guess what? We made it and we've had a successful workshop. I'd like to thank all of you on the call. You stayed, people are dropping off now because we have to go to other things, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Let us take what we've learned into action. And also, DG Nanaya, what can we say? You gave us the room and you gave us, say, do this. This is what I want. I want Rotarians, Rotaractors, and Rotaractors to learn, unlearn, and relearn about Rotary. This is my plan. This is my vision. Now take it and put it into action. Thank you so much for your leadership, for your encouragement, empowerment, dealing with all the missed phone calls, all the stress we've given you. But we have done it, and we hope that our district continues to grow to the district that we've all envisioned. I see District Governor-elect Jack on the call. DG Jack, we are looking forward to creating lasting change or impact. So we are looking forward to working with you also. And most lastly, I would now like to pause here. And I know we put in all the announcements earlier, but AG Andrews, maybe, I don't know if you want to quickly put in the announcements, but one key thing I can remember is the Walk for Rotary, okay, which is on the 21st of February, which is a Saturday. And the flyers are going round. The usual at Morning Star, he's going to put it up, where you're putting out t-shirts. We haven't yet, but we're also seeing how we can also do something exciting apart from the walk, something exciting to add on to. And then also, if you know you are not wearing your Rotary pin or your End Polio Now pin, this is where you can start. All of us who are going to the 1 week to all the funerals and things, wear your Rotary pin. let people know what Rotary is. Let's do this and do this right. So the announcements are here. I think we can go through, you see them, the visit of our Rotary International President to Ghana, the 10th to the 13th of February. Information is going around, share and share widely. Also, the updates on the information required for the e-visa to Taiwan. The emails were sent, I think, yesterday or so, or Thursday. If you need it, please kindly contact the team that is putting together. Those who have registered, you should have received an email. What's the next one? And next week, our vocational service is also organizing another learning seminar on entrepreneurship and the law. Please log on to next week on 24th, 8:30 a.m. to come and let's put our vocations together and see how entrepreneurship and the law. So I think those are the key announcements. If you have any others, please put it into the chat. And thank you all. See some of you at the PAG Freddy's 1 week. And also DG, I'll now hand over to you. And then you said that we would do something quickly just to pay tribute to PAG Freddy. We also have Ryla coming up. So all this is shared. Let's share that and make sure that we do what we have to do right. So DG Nanaya, over to you. Thank you all so much. Over to you, our District Governor Nanaya Sripo.
Hello, did you?
Okay, can I speak now?
Yes, please, you can.
Okay, so all's well that ends well. I want to thank us all for participating. I think we've all heard what has been shared, the ways by which we can improve Rotary in our district. To the two Rotary clubs that joined in the discussion. And I think it will be beneficial to all of us to learn. So lastly, let's go back to the drawing board for the second half of the Rotary year. Let's try, learn and unlearn, also improve on certain things we have to do right, and also to share the story of Rotary positively. Noche made a point about if you're telling your story, it may be like you are blowing your trumpet. Not necessarily so, but if we individually do not share our Rotary stories, how do we also get people to join us? So we can't do it, but we will learn to fashion it in a manner that will not sound like you're blowing your trumpet. So thank you all. And we've heard the announcements. My picture is also going around, as was shown at the Unite for Rhythms event. Please, it will be coming around to your club. When it comes and you know you've not signed, sign and donate $100 to the Rotary Foundation. One thing we must not forget, what makes Rotary lively, what makes people know a lot about Rotary is our contribution to the foundation, the projects we are carrying out, the donations, the support, the global grants. As the Rotary Club of Wa said, they are doing well with global grants, and it is a good sign. If we continue to give, then we can also do more projects. So thank you all very much, and let's have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We have gained about 20 minutes, so we can read our fellowship. Those who have to get ready, those who want to get ready to go to the various 1 weeks and activities, you can do so. And also, once again, panelists, you guys have stolen the show. You've stolen the show. Thank you all so much. And please, also, some clubs have requested for some of the panelists and also RP Quito to come and give presentations at their club. So just let us know. So they're going to be reaching out to you. And Eji, Andrews, do you have any music or something to show before maybe we can fellowship for another 5-10 minutes And then
I think before the music, if individual clubs have some announcement that they want to give, perhaps we could allow them to do that. Ajengano, if you have any announcement, please, now you have the floor.
Thank you, AG. AG, we are coming back next week, starting our official meetings, and we are inviting everyone to come and hear what we have done for the past 6 months, what we intend doing before the end of the Rotary year, and come and share fellowship and have fun with us. Thank you.
The venue.
It will be our signature. We will share the flyer.
Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Okay. Any other club with any announcement?
Yes, AG Andrew.
Okay.
Yes,
Apik, over to you.
Yeah, Rotary Club of Winneba is having fancy a fundraiser for the Rotary Foundation on the 7th of February. So we are inviting all Rotarians to come and help us raise funds for the Rotary Foundation. 7th February in Winneba.
Okay. All right. Any more?
Yes. You were definitely coming for the Fanti. But after the Fanti, in March, God willing, there's going to be a grand mechanized beach cleaning event. I expect this to be the biggest so far after the award in Brussels. And so this is a clarion call to everybody. Let's make it so big and grand. Let's do it like we're doing it for TV. Thank you.
Fantastic. You know, Andrew, we forgot to take the pictures. I don't know whether we're able to. People were asking, you know, we always take the pictures of that, but now we are down. The number is down, but yeah.
Okay, so we are allowing all participants to be able to unmute themselves. So
yes.
Ni, if you can also
I see Rotarian Israel 25.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ma. Please, my announcement is as regards our trip to Kenya in March. We have about 5 slots left. So if you're interested to join us for that trip, please reach out to IPP Afeto or Rotarian Prince for the RP Pomeri for more details on that.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we all turn our videos on? As we take let's turn our videos on, turn our videos on. Yeah, taking the pictures in the
Just get
7 seconds. Videos on 10 seconds.
Please, the host has disabled this.
Please,
the host has disabled the video.
Please, the host should disable that.
A minute, please.
Please make me co-host. AG,
Okay, the host has disabled our videos.
A minute, please.
Please kindly disable that because we can't.
We are working on that, please. Are we good?
We are good, AG.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so videos on in the next 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. We have our 8 pictures to take. So the first one, okay, done. The second one, all right. I'm seeing some gilly and headgears, which is beautiful. Different shapes and sizes. Some are morning, others are RP Cledam, I see you.
Morning.
Jack, I see. Please turn on your videos and let's take the shot. Okay. The last but one and the last one. All right, we're good. Thank you very much, fellow Rotarians. We're good. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy weekend.
Thank you, PAG. Thank you, DG. Thank you, DG.
I don't even. Okay.
Agam.
Hey, the last time somebody was
Once we name be normally about 1, 2, normally about. So we manage him on now. We are within a week inside. That is the issue.
If I can be, I greet you.
I used to hold since you went away. The days grow long and soon I'll hear
What happened to the music? Sorry, I went off briefly. Andy, give us some small tunes here, so at least before we move to the next.
All right, copy that. Copy that.
I like the jazz this thing.
I like the new look.
Hey, there's some handsome people. Hey, hey, is that my own Odogu? Is that my own Odogu?
It's me. Oh.
Hey. Charlie, we have to meet to celebrate our core RP as DGND.
You know they see.
And now
Pipi Apanga will organize for us. And Rotarian AG Frank, Charlie. Let's get together. Time to cooperate for the party. DGND, I'm going to cooperate to celebrate.
I have to organize some program here.
Yeah.
To bring you all on board.
We'll be there live. Thank you. I'll see some of you at PPM, PAG Ready Place. Thank you.
All right.
Hey. Yes, my birthday mate.
Charlie, well done, eh?
Oh, well done. You guys, what did they say? You clocked it. Is it clocked? They said
I don't even know.
Clocked it. Was it? Is it clocked or clacked?
Clack it.
Guess what? Clack it. You're supposed to do something like this. Clack, something.
Hey, I'm old school.
Fantastic. Charlie, how for do?
Yeah, be old school. We are go sis form. Charlie, these people that think clack I'll be sis form. Stop that.
If I follow them there, I'll be doing this. I don't know.
You need to learn, relearn, and learn.
Anyway, but you see, I'll tell you what, right? Be the first time I heard the word, that slang, clack it. It was from somebody who was extremely effeminate, right? And I didn't want to be associated with that, so I've always seen it as a
undo your biases. This is a bias.
I'm just being real. So
this is a bias alert.
Well, That's just, I'm talking for me. And, and the way he said it was very funny with the gestures and everything. But, PAG Ajo, there's one thing that one of my club members brought my attention. He said that the workshop could have been promoted better by putting the panelists' photos in circulation prior to. So I just.
That time, over the holidays and the rest. So,
but then he goes. I'm sure that you didn't have. He goes by saying he's sure that perhaps he didn't have enough hands on deck to help. Was that the case?
No, that wasn't the case. We also we are projecting for more of the Rotary Action Plan. So, it comes to the thing is that, are we promoting the, so we know the agenda is usually finalized. So that's why we shared it much later. We have to go through a few changes here and there. Okay. So that is something. And then trying to focus mainly on the action plan, not about the panelists who are coming in there. So if you join the workshop, you will get to understand, but we can also consider that is not it, because I think sometimes it just becomes too much focus on the people. It becomes like, as you were saying, more like self-promotional instead of what the import of it is. So that's the workshop. If you joined, you came to learn, unlearn and relearn. Clubs are showcase. When we do the story or the write-up of the report, we present that so that people are not coming because it's someone Ochebu is coming to present it. That's why I'm coming for the import of it. So I don't know, but we haven't considered that. We don't usually do that for all the panel things for the past 2 to 3 years. We never project.
The thing, yes, fine. But the thing is that let's assume somebody like a very popular person was on the panel. Famini was on the panel. How about that? Who has a lot of followers? Would you?
Honestly, I can't think far now. I can't think far now. Big crowds have seen here from last night's events. I've gone through it. So we will take into consideration. I mean, this is something, remember, we work with the PI committee and all that. So yeah, you can take it to them and then see how the buyers
I think that that's gone very well.
Oh yes.
That's gone very well.
Yeah, you guys were par excellence.
Oh, yeah, man.
But I really appreciate, because this Rotary year, for the pre-Bible Club workshop, the panel sessions have been fantastic. And for me, I have really learned and relearned, because just even interacting, and for those who are still on recording, know that we don't just choose. We go through a very thorough way to select the class and discussions and all that, and the preparation. I tell them about how we have the panel, we have the platform where we discuss, we see everybody is prepared and ready to come and deliver. So we are very grateful, particularly to all the panelists, all the 3 workshops, and you guys just, as I said, clocked it today, and wrapped up on that. So yeah, it's really, clacky. I just really, I've seen PI from the presentation by Arpic, what you say, in a whole different light now.
Hey, Charlie, but Kito, you be serious?
Hey, where is the Africa? You're on the call.
Kito, it be serious, Charlie. I mean, I've heard him talk about PI issues, but I think this one made a big impression. I think that he's and this is the thing, right? We have a lot of quality material in the district, but if we need to encourage people to do more. Now, this is the issue. When people are trying to do, then others think it's self-promotion. It's a very tricky issue that I think that we need to look into deeply as a district. I think so, especially because it's Ghana. I think that is very, very important.
Yeah, do you have a question in the chat box, Ajo?
Yes, so we I'm sorry, so I increasing our ability to adapt. And I don't know if we didn't have, we had over 60 clubs on call. Clubs from every region was represented. Getting everybody, we are now 71. So having this, getting people, we cannot, in terms of the transportation and getting people. So that's why we have the cluster approach. We do use it. So when we are able to utilize or maximize the cluster approach, that would help us to then be able to fellowship within our clusters. And that reduces the cost and the burden on Rotarians. But I think that majority so far, since the COVID time and the rest, have pushed for these virtual. And Rotary also pushes for that, for the learning at the district level. But if you want the clusters, as we're doing, some of the clusters call for special sessions, learning seminars, and we do that. And then that way, if you want to have your cluster to be together in your community center or at Ho or Akosombo Dam City or Temas Rotary Center, we are, as we said, most welcome. You just inform us and we get you the facilitators and you move to that. So that's more or less it. Yeah.
Anyway, PAG, I have some free solar panels. If you have any club who wants to do a solar project, let me know.
Oh, okay. I'll speak to my president. Central.
So we can do something, I mean, okay. I can just give you solar panels. I mean, I can't give you anything more than that. But it's something, isn't it?
Noche, please, I want to do it in my house.
That is self-promotion.
Diva.
That one is self-promotion. That one is self-promotion.
Wow. So many people. Oh, Diva. Oh, lovely to see you on the call. So many people on the call. Like, I couldn't even, after a while, I couldn't keep up with seeing the people on the call. Fantastic. Oh. Hey, so who is moving to PAG Freddy's place? Who would I see there? Okay.
Hey, Charlie, Freddy's place.
I'm on my way. I'm now leaving.
I have 1 or 2 things to do. So by 1:30,
oh, sure. Neighbor, are you coming?
On their way. I mean, Kumasi.
Neighbor.
Are you coming?
No, Diva, I'm in Kumasi.
Oh.
No, Diva, you have to talk to our fellow Diva. She travels and not inform her neighbor like that. Why?
Oh, neighbor, you knew I was coming to my secondary school's function.
Sorry.
Okay.
I thought it was next week. All the best.
The 1 week, how long will the 1 week be for?
Is it black?
It's up to 4 o'clock.
It's 4. Is it black?
Yes, black.
Black, hello, Rotary. Okay. Okay.
Black and with our Rotary pins and our Rotary earrings and everything.
Hey, PI for.
Yeah,
for. Charlie, RP, PP, Agams, and Rotractor RP Ray. Thank you so much, all the way from Wa. Hey, Rotractor Ray, please,
they're from my cluster.
Yeah, your cluster, please. What is UBIDS? So, Philo, I'm not gotten it to that.
It's
It's what?
That's the development studies. That's the YUDS.
But what is UBIDS? University of Business and what?
Integrated Development Studies.
Integrated Development Studies. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. You did so well, eh? Thank you so much. This has made me connect.
My twin sister, I have to teach you how to pronounce my name properly. The name is Noche.
He needs a bowl of cake for this.
Noche.
Noche is Ona in Ghana. Noche.
Nocheski, you're making noise. Your name is Nocheski. Which will be Noche?
Nocheski is where I work, please. That one is called Nocheski. Eh?
Master, you know, say beauty they call. Just take her like that. It is your name. Oh,
it's your name.
We'll call you Kum Chacha.
Oh, but I think I agree with him because the Rotary DEI policy says we should
Share.
try and abide by what Rotarians prefer to be called by. So please allow.
A bottle of beer will make you change your mind.
You know.
Where is it?
Hey, Diva, DEI, Sunny.
Say, DEI policy, the machine, Papa.
This bill.
You should invite me to your club to present.
You'll be presenting very soon. Why?
Okay, all right, I hear. Or tell him that when he's leaving, he should call me.
No, just mute yourself. So enjoy your weekend, fellow Rotarians. Catch you on the flip side. RP Pomeri.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Inbox.
I mean, my favorite club is Rotary Club of Community 25. Charlie, this district, I don't see any club where they go fit these people.
They are picked with sharp
fathers.
The very thing you spoke about is what you are preaching now.
Is it?
Oh, man, I've seen something on your status also. Are you supposed to come there after the 1 week or what?
If you want to be part, it's in Manette Cottage, 4 p.m.
Yes, I've seen it on your status. I say,
Happy Pomeri. I didn't even
What's
receive
going
the
on?
The old
birthday
man
wish.
is 90 years.
So you
Happy,
do my
what's going
own for
on?
me.
90.
Yes.
Hey. Yes. Oh, wow. More blessings, more blessings.
90 years and he's still on the road. So
Hey.
Yes,
because he's a January born. January born is there.
He gets
Oh, plenty.
Oh.
Action in Kotsing.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye, Davis, what's happening? Hey, what's happening? And are you not a P or PN or something now? Or this thing? And AJ Andrews, thank you. Charlie, they are the tech team who always supporting back in. What's happening, Davis? Are you a P or PN? Hey, or am I lost?
None of the above. I'm just a Rotarian.
You are a robust member of the district learning committee. And
he's a good photographer.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Thank
for my
you very
birthday,
much.
you took very nice pictures of me.
Yes. I've seen somebody on the call. Kafui, Kafui, should I announce it? Kafui, should I do the proposal?
No, keep quiet, Diva.
All right.
Also
an active member of our district learning committee. So, wear my black dress. Thank you. God bless us all. And may 2026 be a year filled with lots of favor, impacts, blessings, and goodwill and better friendships. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.